And it's not just the coverage of the conflict. There are also mounting criticisms of the strategy itself. Some call President Obama's decision to get involved in Libya hypocrisy, asking, if Libya, why not Yemen or Bahrain? But others say, let's look a little closer to home, to countries on our own border, where there are plenty of innocent civilians being massacred. Countries like, say, Mexico. Earlier, I spoke to Enrique Morones, founder of Border Angels. Here's part of our conversation.
Here, right on the border between San Diego and Tijuana, Mexico and the United States, we've had 15,000 people slaughtered, innocent people that are simply trying to cross the border for a better life. They have no legal way of coming in, and they're being slaughtered. In essence, they're being slaughtered. President Obama said the words of the world community, the words will be hollow if they don't take action, that we need to do things for humanity, human rights. How about right here? How about with 2 people dying every day? How about the fact that that these people are being slaughtered? They're right on our front door. President Obama needs to step up and practice what he preaches, not only in the Middle East where there's oil, but right here on our front door.
But Enrique, it's a little different here because, you know, in this situation we have evil dictator Muammar Gaddafi willing to, you know, he said he's willing to go in and slaughter his own people. I know you're not saying that Mexico's leader, Felipe Calderón, is an evil dictator. I think you're talking more about what's going on with the drug cartels. Is that a fair assessment?
That's right, and I'm not saying this is President Calderón. What I'm saying is that this administration, the United States, does not pass humane immigration reform, and as a result, 2 people die every day. The drugs that are crossing the border is because of the U.S. demand for drugs. You know, we have 4.5% of the world's population, yet the United States consumes half the world's illegal drugs. Got to stop that demand. Innocent people are being killed. Where's the human rights in this issue? Where is the humane immigration reform? We've got to do something about that today, not tomorrow. Because it's not an evil dictator in Mexico or the United States. These are 2 presidents that have met, that have talked about making a stronger Mexico, a stronger United States. You're going to do that by building bridges of communication, not allowing people to die on the border every day, like what is happening right now because of the U.S. demand for drugs and people coming across the border the only way they can. Both governments, U.S. and Mexico, need to do something about it. But we cannot be out in the Middle East saying that we're trying to promote human rights and not having it at our own front door. I'm not saying that Mexico doesn't need to do more. Of course it does. But the United States is going around the world, going into other countries and saying we need to look out for the people's human rights. How about the human rights of the people on this border dying because of the U.S. demand for drugs? It's immoral, it's wrong, and I support President Obama, don't get me wrong. But what he's doing right now by not taking action on immigration reform is immoral. It's time to step up to the plate and keep his promise. He promised us humane immigration reform the first year. Let's come up with that. You know, this is very, very important. There's nobody in the United States that disagrees with the fact that the immigration system is broken and that we need secure borders. But let's do it in an intelligent manner. The militarization of the border is not the solution. What we need to be doing is working with our neighbors to the north, south, east, and west. That's not what's happening. You know, they're concentrated in an area where there's lots of oil. Mexico also has lots of oil. But besides that, these are human beings. Whether they're in Libya, Egypt, or in Mexico, these are human beings. They should not be dying because they simply want to promote human rights. And the United States has a big responsibility as the world's power to do the right thing, not only in intervening in other countries' policies, but right here on our very front door.
That was Enrique Morones, Border Angels founder and pro-immigration activist.